Increasingly, we have a directorate which is going to deal with MSME, and they have more than 25 schemes which the directorate has been running to encourage the small and medium entrepreneurs of various sectors. So nature of schemes vary from inter-subsidy on loans from KSFC to marketing assistance, aid towards infrastructure, industrial lands and sheds, soft interventions, including technical assistance, capacity building, R&D facilities, among others. Specifically, we have also adapted the cluster development as a key strategy for enhancing MSME. As part of the integrated infrastructure development scheme, the government also provides developed sites for new entrepreneurs and aids to upgrade existing infrastructure, common facility for all sector. Even now, we are willing to come out with a common facility, common instrumentation facility, common facilities where it can be utilized by the cluster activity or the industrial area where they can have a common facility. Centers are set up to provide facilities related to training, testing, raw material depot, complementing production process. The main objective of these schemes, cluster development and integrated infrastructure development, is to support sustainable development and growth of MSME by addressing issues of technology, skill development, and quality, market access and capital access. So most important is the skill and quality. If skill and quality is there, everything else follows. The market follows, the capital follows. Now all the, whatever financial institution, all the financial institutions are very keen to look forward to a capacity or the difference, what way each entrepreneur is able to make a difference in the existing market. So with regard to the skill and development, skill and quality, government is running already 27 government tool and training centers. In other states, normally we'll be having only one center, one or two center for entire state. In the state of Karnataka, we have more than 27 government training and tool centers. So this is something extraordinary, and all the centers, you believe it or not, has been very successful, 100% placement, and the quality is on par with any of the international centers of training and tool centers. And we have collaborated with Siemens for 7 centers. We have collaborated with Siemens. Siemens also has provided 90% of the costing has been provided by Siemens, 10% by Government of Karnataka. In 7 centers, Prometric has come forward, and Prometry has spent nearly 90% cost. Some of the most interesting areas are machine learning, IoT, artificial intelligence, and some of the advanced area, industrial automation, advanced production. The key areas where all the industrialists have been, MSMEs have been looking forward. In those areas, they have come forward, even the SAP labs and Dassault. In the Dassault, with regard to the aerospace, they have come out with 4 centers. So we have tied up with, and we have made this as the Center of Excellence institutions. And we are, in the similar lines, we are planning to extend and start many more centers wherever we are getting, we don't even have to wait for years. Any space, any engineering college, any of the branches which is not running, we are planning to occupy those spaces and willing to start immediately without wasting much time. And more so, it's in a self-financing model, and 100% in each center, long-term program, 4 years program. This is basically 4 years program after 10th standard. Along with that, we have a short-term programs, the post-engineering, post-MTech, post-diploma. They can come for the short-term courses from 6 months to 1 year. The programs have been allowed. Even for them, we are able to have 100% placement, sir. So many countries, the the products of this institution are in many countries across the world, among the most developed countries. Our people have been doing a big job in other countries. Similarly, even here, they can do the same. In this direction, the diploma colleges, we have more than 250 diploma colleges. We are planning to upgrade most of these institutions, give them the quality training, and we are tying up with NASSCOM, Microsoft, Confederation of Indian Industry, many other organizations to ensure the best possible programs, the latest programs also, which has been so far studied in post-graduation level, will be brought down to diploma with regard to the artificial intelligence, data science, many other programs, drone, robotics, artificial IoT, machine learning, all these programs we are planning to start in diploma. In addition, we are not waiting even for the government here. We are making all these programs self-financing in government institution itself. Without wasting much time, we are in the process of, if possible, this year itself, we have intentions to start all these programs. And in the final year, the batches whoever is passing out, we are planning to tie up with NASSCOM and with Microsoft to get them the hands-on experience with the relevant technologies, so that they'll be skilled and they'll be ready for the industry. So in this direction, we are ensuring all our manpower is put into complete training and skilling with the relevant conditions and relevant training. So in the similar way, the ITIs, we have more than 1,250 ITIs. Even there, we are planning to revamp, do many things. Now at present, already a lot of things has happened, and we'll ensure similar lines in many other institutions. In engineering college also, we are planning to revise the syllabus and ensure most of the syllabus, whatever they learn, will be relevant to the present situation, present time. Even in diploma also, we are revising most of the syllabus. Even in diploma, we are revising the entire curriculum in diploma program also, sir. And similarly, we are trying to bring in a lot of programs, skill training. Even in skill training, we are trying to connect between the demand and supply. Now at present, people just learn what requires in the industry, they need to learn. Basically, many of us will come for the livelihood. Since they are coming for the livelihood, we need to ensure where is the demand, what kind of demand is there. Based on demand, we need to supply. So we are trying to connect between the training and the demand in the market. We are ensuring the flow between the both of them and interfacing completely the labor employment exchange. Employment exchange is a mandatory agency. Wherever the vacancies are available, all the companies, organized or unorganized sectors, they are supposed to report. So based on that reporting, we are trying to connect with the skill training through the skill training programs of Karnataka Kaushalya Yojana, Prime Minister Kaushalya Yojana, and many other ways. Even in agriculture, in all universities, we have skill training also. So along with this, we are planning to strengthen the Karnataka State Open University also to certify the existing, even many of the at present uncertified skilled manpower is there, but they are not been certified. We want to ensure even those people are certified so that they have a better dignity and recognition, and they should possess some kind of recognition. They've been certified with such quality levels can be measured and certified. In this direction we have been working, and will ensure today's technology we can reach anywhere, any place, and ensure things happen. In this direction we are trying to interface everything, simplify. People don't have to run around, people don't have to look forward to any of the challenges. So we are making best use of the technology, and we have been consistently each day we have been working to ensure that the right education, if right education is there, everything becomes sustainable. Without a right education and skilling, nothing works. So it will never become sustainable. If it needs to become sustainable, right skilling and education is most important. We are emphasizing, we are giving our complete energy in this direction to ensure all the challenges, because when Japan or Germany was completely destroyed, they were able to rebuild within no time. and they become the number one, number two exporters in the entire world. All this was possible because of the skill and their capacity to do things, the pursuit of excellence, the pursuit to committee quality. If pursuit of excellence and pursuit of quality is there, everything else follows. So basically, most important is the skill and the quality. If this is addressed, rest everything will follow. That is the credibility which we need to build in this direction. We are willing to extend complete cooperation to BNI, which has been, the forum of entrepreneurs who are willing to take the entire society forward to compete, ensure that we will be the better people to do business.
Yeah.
So,
Sir, actually, we have our BNI global president for some of the countries here. So, Mr. Mahesh Srinivasan. So he wanted to ask you a question like how, Mahesh Srinivasan.
Yeah,
so
sure.
if you can
Yeah,
unmute
sure.
and then, yeah. So,
Sir, in India, Bangalore has been our the first region to like as franchise to start in India. A lot of our entrepreneurs would like to know how we can participate more or collaborate more with the government so that any of your initiatives that you're doing, we would like our members, because we are an entrepreneur group, how can we be part of that? Because CII is very well known, NASSCOM is well known, BNI seems to be the best kept secret in India, or even in fact across the world. So is there any place where we can give more ideas or suggestions or be part of the research? Suppose you need research on any particular industry or vertical. We are able to, we have members from all fields available. So how can we collaborate more with the government and be aligned with how we can help and work together?
Mr. Srivastava, sir, if you have got any proposal, we look forward to your participation and we can take it forward. We'll be very happy. We have a lot of space and we want more and more players. If they come forward, we'll be very happy to take your support and participation. We are always welcome. Most welcome, sir. And I'll work closely with Bangalore BNI. Any of the issues, any concern, we'll be very happy to interact with them and extend all the cooperation.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your that you'll work with us. Anand and Balaji will definitely be in touch with you as we come up with other proposals that we can work with the government.
Yeah. Actually, we wanted to ask you a question about the MSMEs and skill set and all. You have already covered everything. Whatever we wanted to ask you in advance, you have fully covered that. So we have one Mr. Atul Joglekar, who is our district director. So he has one small question for you, sir.
Sir, good. It's clear that a lot of new investment is going to come into India. Will be diversified into India. Plus, with the revised definition of MSMEs, there are going to be more players under that sector. So, any specific proposal or any specific activity that Bangalore, the Karnataka government is working to attract more investors into Karnataka?
Sir, since you know, all the sectors we are very happy to welcome, because the scope is wide open in all sectors. Since we are a developing country, we are not reached anywhere, any field, any saturation. So you know that in the terms of revenue, economic revenue, we are still a long way to go in a bigger way. So we are welcome in education sector, health sector, industry, ITBT, tourism, infrastructure, you name it, any field, sir, travel and tourism, any sector, sir, any sector, you are most welcome. We welcome all the investment. Any specific projects, any of your expansion plans, any of the existing entrepreneurs' expansion plans are trying to bring in new companies. Yeah, you are most welcome. We will extend from everything, from metro, sir. We have everything, metro to everything open for any kind of activity, sir. In reality, every possible sector, you name it, we are willing to allow, sir. We name it. Since even government of India has been so it has opened up all the sectors. We are now none of the sectors, is remained exclusive. It's very well open, and specifically, let us know, sir. Anywhere, anything can be done. We are willing to respond.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Sir, in continuation of the same, I'm Sumati. So just would like to know which are the particular industries which you are encouraging in Karnataka to come, so that all over India we are more than 30,000 plus members. So definitely all are entrepreneurs. So they would be looking for opportunities. So are you having any specific industries which you feel might take up immediately?
Madam, as Honorable Prime Minister has been very clear, we want to become a self-reliant. We don't want to depend on imports.
Yes, sir.
So wherever we are having imports, those areas you can think of.
Okay.
So you can see the logistics where we are importing. So in those areas, if you take it on priority, we'll be able to save much of the our foreign
Yes, sure.
currencies access, and current account deficits can be reduced. So our currencies can grow stronger. Our country can become very strong and self-reliant. In those areas, those are the most prioritized, more important, top priority. Even rest remaining any of the sectors, it's wide open. You want to get into infrastructure, highway, industry manufacturing, medical equipment manufacturing,
Okay.
IT, ITS, BT.
Yeah.
It's ever dynamic areas. The things have been changing. Things have been progressing in a very fast pace.
Okay.
You can be selective. We are very open here. Since developing country, the space is there in all sectors. Not that any particular sector it has been saturated. There's nothing like that.
Okay.
From agriculture to food processing to everything is possible.
So continuation to that is, I'm very proud to say that BNI has been really encouraging a lot of women entrepreneurs in the field, because we really require a lot of support to grow. And what do you want to tell a few words for the women entrepreneurs in the groups?
Particularly Government of India, our Honorable Prime Minister is very keen to promote women entrepreneurship. Even in state of Karnataka, we want to promote women entrepreneurship. And in this direction, exclusive industrial areas have been planned for only women entrepreneurs. And Stand Up India program, up to 1 crore rupees, a collateral-free government guaranteed loan is being provided to women entrepreneurs for up to 1 crore rupees without any collateral. Up to 1 crore rupees, any new entrepreneurs. Forget about the existing entrepreneur. Even a new existing too, you can take any kind of loans.
Sorry to interrupt, sir. That is very important, because as an
Existing, no, the government is standing guarantee for more than 5 lakh crore.
Oh.
More than for 5 lakh crore, if you want to readily approach without asking for much of document, immediately the loans are sanctioned. Wherever you are facing problem, you can just immediately inform, and we'll be willing to take up all these issues with the SLBC is there. We can connect with the concerned nationalized banks, since a lot of liquidity is available. Now liquidity needs to be utilized. Access to capital is very important.
Thank you so much, because there is a lot of encouragement for women entrepreneurs to grow and scale up to the next level.
Yeah.
Because a lot of ideas are there, and now it is very easy for me to take. Thank you so much, sir. I'll meet you in person for more details.
Even in my department, in startups, each year we spend more than 50 to 60 crore rupees.
Oh, okay.
Each year we encourage startup funds are provided, incentives are provided up to more than 60 crores each year, sir.
At least in Karnataka and Bangalore.
And some of them have been very successful. Some have become unicorns. Some of them have become unicorns and some unicorns. Many of them, most of them, have become very successful.
Thank you.
Even we would have got back our money if you had taken some of the shares. we could have got the money, whatever we have given to the people, we would have grown also our. We are thinking in those terms in future, so that the money, the corpus money, can grow, and we'll be able to help each year. We can double, triple. Each year we can keep adding. Actually,
Thank
we
you.
can. Then finally we might have 1,500, 2,000 crores. We only give each year for the startup funds.
Thank you, sir.
Money can grow, sir.
Yeah. So we have two more questions, sir. One, you spoke about skill set. So still Mr. Balaji, the executive, my co-executive director from Bangalore. So you want to add up to anything, the skill set?
In fact,
Balaji, your mic is
not
muted,
about
looks
skills,
like.
But there was one question I was having. As entrepreneurs, what are the skills we should be equipping ourselves with in the change scenario? Is there anything you have in mind, sir? Is there anything that possibly we should be doing to upgrade ourselves? And is there something that is there from the government side?
So, Balaji sir, you know very well, it is only the urge to do business and the interest and the commitment and the enthusiasm. It should be the day one. It should be like, it should not that be, it should not be like that, already you are there in many years in this business. Loss of energy should not be there. Always we need to be energetic. It should look, we are very fresh, ready for raring to go. And to do any kind of business, that kind of enthusiasm is very important, sir. The urge and the hunger to do business is very important. The pursuit of excellence and the quality commitment for equality is very important. In this direction, government is willing to. It's a matter of pride for the country if we are able to get a good recognition, good image, that we are capable of producing any kind of things. If we are not in a position to take care of ourselves in most of the sectors, it will be a total letdown for our country. So in this direction, all the whatever possible things with regard to entrepreneurship, giving entrepreneurship training and skill training, all possible things we have been doing continuously. Exposure visits also have been planned. Like this, in this direction, many things have been happening, sir. Consistently, there have been a lot of movement.
Thank you so much.
We have an executive director from Mysore, Mr. Murli Srinivasan. So, Mr. Murli, you wanted to ask, because Mysore is a tier 2 kind of city, but a lot of improvements happening. So, you would like to talk? Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Good
over
afternoon,
to
sir,
Murli.
and thank you for addressing our BNI members. Just a quick question. Mysore is a tourist location, and with the world now gradually starting to get back to normal, or rather, the process has started. Does the present government have any plans to support the tourism hospitality industry? There is going to be a lot of domestic tourism, but is there any kind of support that's going to come?
Yes. Just mute it, sir. Sir, one thing I would like to share, our Honorable Prime Minister and Honorable Chief Minister, both are very keen with regard to the tourism sector, sir. Unfortunately, because of the floods and COVID-19, we wanted to go in a very big way in the tourism sector. Already we have come out with a tourism policy. Further, we are willing to strengthen and promote tourism in complete 360-degree, not only the visitor sites, craftsman, artisan, related to all the sectors we want to encourage, and we want to promote our culture, agritourism, ecotourism, and many things have been planned in wellness tourism, adventure tourism. Basically, all the sectors have been strengthened, and I know more so the Mysore is a #1 tourist spot for in the state of Karnataka. We have many worlds in this state of Karnataka. You can get all possible things can be shown in Karnataka, and it's a very best destination. And since on the backdrop of the COVID-19, since most of them can't travel outside Karnataka, they can't go to different countries abroad. Now only native tourism has been, is the most important thing which we are trying strongly. Love your native is the most important thing which we are very keen, and definitely we'll promote, since most of the travel and cannot happen beyond a state or the country. So people are now forced to look back their own backyards and they can see their own place and they can know the beauty and the history, the culture in their own places. Probably that realization will be very important, not as a just tourism, being proud of your own civilization and your culture and your own place is very important. We are giving fullest encouragement for tourism, sir. We'll be promoting in a very big way. Tourism will be promoted since our chief minister also is very keen. Our minister also is a very dynamic minister, Mr. C.T. Ravi, Minister for Tourism and Kannada Culture and Sports. He's very keen to promote tourism, sir. A matter of time. And even in the tourism department, we have an excellent team. Now, at present, we are just having a virtual tourism. At present, to create curiosity among the people, to promote various places, the virtual tourism has been keenly followed or seen by many of the people, sir.
Yeah. So now final remarks over to Aarti. So probably we can conclude once she.
Good morning, sir.
Aarti.
Thank you so much. Thank you for joining us this afternoon in person. And you have increased the confidence of our BNI members and entrepreneurs 100-fold with your open arm welcome to work with the government. We really appreciate your support and encouragement and motivation. Thank you so much for being with us today. Anand? We will be in touch with you, sir.
Yeah, we are done. So is there any final remarks from your side, sir? To the BNI fraternity.
Thank you, BNI. All the participants are coming on the video conferencing. I would like to thank all of you for showing so much of interest, enthusiasm, and your pursuit to promote the MSME is really appreciable. Definitely, you can look forward to our support and our encouragement. I am there always to support all of your endeavors and your plans. Will be there. Our entire government of India, government of Karnataka, we are always there to promote, to facilitate. It is our duty to facilitate. We'll ensure that state of Karnataka will be the best place to do business in this direction. Government of Karnataka has tied up with New Zealand, which is a #1 in ease of doing business. On the similar lines, in the state of Karnataka also, we are planning to implement a lot of things. Nothing should come in the way of implementation. There should not be delay. So if any project needs implementation because of necessary approvals from many authorities, there will be delay in projects. So first we are thinking, first starting of the project, then approvals in this direction. Fully understanding what are the laws, keeping that in mind, anybody can start the project. So this kind of law, shortly it will be coming into force in state of Karnataka, and you can look forward to buying land reforms has been brought in, labor reforms, access to capital, a lot of in the input cost also. Over time, we need to reduce and make our state very competitive. Our entrepreneurs can compete with any country, any company across the world, and we should become the #1 in the entire world, sir. I would like to congratulate all the entrepreneurs. I really respect entrepreneurs and I admire their entrepreneurship, because entrepreneurship only can bring in the strength and self-respect and the capacity and the resource for the entire state, so that all the people can get good facilities. Your hard-earned money, taxes can serve and help all the people who deserve, our brothers and sisters across the society. They need all kind of support system so that nobody should be denied their basic living standards and basic rights needs to be addressed. For this to happen, as a leaders, entrepreneurs need to take a lot of responsibility and work with a lot of commitment. This is the way forward for all of us to discharge our duties, which we have taken voluntarily, we have taken with inspiration to always lead from front. That is a kind of leadership. You are all leaders. You have been leading in your respective fields. I once again congratulate the entrepreneurs who take all kind of risk and challenges on leaving less for yourself, leaving for more for others. So it looks like for others, it looks like more you are leaving and earning for yourself. It will not. It is not the truth. It is the truth is you'll be doing all the things for others. I once again congratulate all the entrepreneurs and MSME for doing excellent job, sir. And we look forward to all of your participation. Wherever you are interested, whichever field you are interested, whatever support you want, we're willing to provide all kind of encouragement and support. Namaskara. Dhanyavada.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir.
Actually, entrepreneur, that's a
Actually, we have
fact.
more than 300 women entrepreneurs in our.
Dear ma'am.
Yeah, sure. I will definitely.
It's ready.
So BNI members, thank you for being here. I'd like to thank Mac, Murli, Atul for gracing this occasion and sharing some lovely thoughts with us. It was really encouraging, very good tips that you have given us. Thank you so much for being here. And of course, we really like to thank Venkatesh Yadalam for connecting us to the Deputy DCM and making this happen. It's purely because of Venkatesh's enthusiasm and initiative that this has happened. Thank you, Venkatesh, for making this. And I think, like Mac was saying, BNI is a best kept secret. So I don't think that will happen going forward as we start having these kind of conversations. Thank you, Venkatesh. Thank you, Mac. Thank you, Murli. Thank you, Atul.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
members.
Balaji and Anand. Yeah.
Thank you, Mac.
Thanks for organizing this. And I also want to thank Aarti, Sumati, Venkatesh, Yadalam, Kushal, also for organizing and getting all the logistics done, and Sumati, of course. So thanks again, Balaji. It's really good because the last 3 weeks in a row, we have had interactions with different bodies in the government. It's time we get our name out. It's time that BNI is known, because it will help entrepreneurs all over, all our members. If you're a BNI member, it's a pride to be one, right? So that's something. Thank you, Balaji and Anand.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
So yeah, Aditya possibly can close the meeting. Yeah.
I'll end the meeting, sir.
Yes, you can. You can end the meeting.
Thank you, sir.